it's Bastian time. Welcome to Nintendo News. I'm your host Bastian. Let's get to that first story. So first of all, one last sort of vestige of holiday-inspired stories. This one is a bummer, and it is that when this poor little boy opened his 3DS XL box on Christmas morning, turns out it was just a bunch of rocks inside. Now, something almost exactly like this happened quite a few years ago when a kid opened a regular DS box. It had a bunch of rocks in it, and strangely enough, both of these Nintendo products were originally purchased at Walmart. So I guess the moral of the story is, one, there are jerkwads out there who are trying to ruin kids' Christmas, and two, if you're going to purchase a Nintendo handheld from Walmart, look inside the box, I guess, because it might just be a bunch of rocks. Our next story comes from the director of the new Super Mario Bros. Series, and basically in an interview he was talking about the fact that, yes, he knows that something that a lot of fans over all of these years have been wanting for the Mario Bros. Series is something to allow fans to create their own Mario levels, but that's something that Nintendo is not so keen on, or hasn't been, because they would want to make sure that first of all, Nintendo's known for its ease of use, so they would want to make sure that this Mario game editor thing was not only very user-friendly and had an extremely ease of use factor, but that it's just very Nintendo. You know, Nintendo has a certain vibe, and they wouldn't want to just make it a very sterile program with a high learning curve that the usual casual person wouldn't be able to really use. So that's something that it turns out they might actually be working on, not for New Super Mario Bros. Wii U, but he indicated it might be something for a new Super Mario Bros. Thing in the future. Now, coupled with something that Mr. Miyamoto said not too long ago, which is that there should only be one new Super Mario Bros. Title per platform. And in fact, not just that there should only be one, but that there should be exactly one. So for every platform, there should be a new Super Mario Bros. Title. So that basically means that in order to get this new Super Mario Bros. Editor thingamajig, we'll have to be waiting until whatever the next handheld is, or whatever the next console after Wii U is. So we'll have quite a wait. Our next story comes from the guys over at XSEED, and they are the people responsible for sort of bringing over a lot of the more niche Japanese titles and getting those localized over here in the Americas, most famously for The Last Story. And it turns out that they say, you know, they almost didn't localize The Last Story. This goes against an earlier statement that they made, by the way, because in this new statement they're saying they almost passed it up, but then somebody there at their company said, no, wait, we've really got to do this because this has huge fan support. There's this whole movement online trying to get this specific game title localized, and then they're like, well, okay, then we may as well. But what's interesting about this is because in an earlier statement, they said that the whole Operation Rainfall movement had zero influence on them. So I think that it was simply a miscommunication, and that whomever gave that earlier interview quote just wasn't really fully aware of what sort of role that whole fan uprising played, but now we know that it definitely did play a role, and so that's pretty awesome. Our next story is just a rumor, but it seems fairly likely, and it is that Nintendo is right now working on a special cartridge thing, which you'll be able to buy for your 3DS. You'll place this cartridge in your 3DS, and abracadabra, suddenly it's a Wii U GamePad. So I think we all saw that coming, though, right? Because, I mean, the 3DS, for all intents and purposes, basically is a smaller 3DS gamepad, or I guess we should say that a gamepad is really basically half part of a 3DS without the top screen, and then, of course, that top screen is your TV screen. But Anyways, if this rumor turns out to be true, and it likely will, that means all of you out there who have a 3DS and are then playing a game on your Wii U that requires 2 gamepads won't have to buy a second gamepad. That'll be awesome. So finally, I'd just like to give some quick shout-outs to everybody who contributed to the HD Cam Fund for Bastian Time. I thank you guys so much. You made it happen. I've now got enough funds to go ahead and procure a new cam in HD. So yeah, I know that YouTube lately has been claiming that these videos have been in 720, but I mean, you can probably tell that the quality really isn't 720. It's just that the cam has been filming everything at 480, but then when I export it, it stretches it up to 720, but it's still bad quality, still only at 15 frames per second, so sorry about that. But thanks to Sven R, Legendary Smith, Corey W, Rico D, Jeremy J, Sebastian M, Melvin H, and Marco H. We're going to be getting a new HD cam to make these videos all that much more nice. So again, thanks to everybody who contributed, and I'll see you in HD. That's it for this episode of Nintendo News. Tomorrow is the second Zelda News episode. 2 days from now, the second Nintendo News episode, so see you then. Bye, guys.